Sponsorship packages and enquiries. Email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko nikosi, alo komi keshito.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1. Ghana Talks Radio, #1. Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
Good morning and welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. You are welcome to the news headline review. Here we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news. From business to politics, from sports to entertainment, we got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on news and issues that matter to you every morning right here on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. I am your host, Ruth Esinam Fiagbedu, and joining me this morning on the news headline review is Mr. Biadoso and Ms. Regina Bless. We happen to have Ms. Regina Bless seated beautifully in the studio, waiting to share her perspective on issues to you this morning. Good morning, Ms. Regina.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. You?
Hope all is well.
Yeah.
Hope you slept well.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, the weather was very cozy, so I guess you slept with your blankets all over your head.
This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation.
Let's dive into our major news headlines for this morning. Government maintains syndicated loans to finance cocoa purchases for 2025-2026 season. The Mahama government has stated it would maintain the use of syndicated loans to finance cocoa purchases for the upcoming season, even as it works with the leadership of the Ghana Cocoa Board to explore more sustainable financing options for the sector. Traditionally, Ghana has relied on syndicated loans for international banks to pre-finance cocoa purchases at the start of the season, a model that has supported production and sustained the livelihoods of cocoa farmers across the country. Addressing the press after announcing the new producer price for cocoa on August 4th, Finance Minister Dr. Kisalato Forsen stated that although there is growing concern about the long-term viability of relying on syndicated loans, the same arrangements used in 2024 will remain in place for the upcoming crop season. He said, "Nothing has changed. We will continue financing cocoa in the same way as it was financed in the last crop season. We will finance it as we financed the immediate past crop season." The government of Ghana has also announced a major increase in the producer price of cocoa for the 2025-2026 season on August 4th, raising it from $3,100 to US dollars to $5,040 US dollars per ton, a 62.58% increase in terms of dollars. Now, what does this mean? What this means is that syndicated loans are actually large loans provided by a group of international banks to the Ghana Cocoa Board, usually at the start of each cocoa season. And these loans allow Cocoa Board to buy cocoa beans from local farmers upfront, ensuring timely payments and supporting farmers' livelihoods. They're in a form of loans here. So even though they are concerned about how sustainable this loan system is in the long term, because it adds to Ghana's debts, obviously, yes. The government says they will still use this method for the 2025-2026 season because it's a tested and reliable way to get cocoa purchases ongoing. They've seen that it's tested and approved, is reliable, that this syndicated loans actually help. They use this syndicated loans to buy cocoa beans, and it actually also help with farmers with their livelihoods and then all of that. And also there has been an increase in producer price for cocoa purchase as well. So from $3,100 to $5,040 per ton, and this is a 62.58% increase in how much the government will pay, and that is how much the government will pay cocoa farmers for tons of cocoa they produce. Yeah, and that is it. And that was coming from the finance minister, Dr. Kissel Atuforsen. Yeah. So, Ms. Regina, do you think it's still advisable to still rely on these syndicated loans to purchase cocoa beans? Because as I said earlier, it adds to Ghana's debt.
So when it comes to the government as a whole, I would say that for that it's not, should I say, healthy, because we are trying to be reliant. We are trying to make sure that our economy is stable. We are trying to make sure that certain things are put in the right place. But here lies the case, we are still borrowing. As it stands now, our public debt is already increasing day in and day out. So I feel that in as much as it has its disadvantage, it has its advantage when it comes to the side of the farmers. Because here lies the case, the moment your cocoa beans are being purchased, you are being paid upfront. So there's no delays when it comes to payment and all that. But if that is the only advantage they are receiving only for the farmers, what of the government? What long-term sustainability plan are they bringing to make sure that Cocoa Board as a whole do not go out to borrow all the time? I feel they should empower other, they can empower the Cocoa Board sector itself and empower other local banks to make sure that even if you borrow, you are borrowing within your jurisdiction. You are not going out. It looks like we're trying to fight, we're trying to fight dependency on other foreign sectors. It's not helping. It's not helping. Day in and day out, yeah, pe kwan bi so to borrow. It's good. We are human now. Say then I don't know what you are doing, because once in someone's lifetime, you definitely borrow from someone, or you definitely borrow something for something. So I feel like as a country, they should decrease the way they borrow. And this syndicated loans, in as much as it's for a good cause, but we should know and we should think that it has an effect at the long run. They should rather find a sustainable plan. Oh, if we don't go out of our jurisdiction to borrow from these foreigners, from these people, what other plan can we adapt?
Right.
We have big banking sectors right here in Ghana. We have agricultural banking sectors. We even have local banking sectors. So what is stopping us as a country from utilizing the sectors that we have right here? So I think that it's high time they empower these people. They empower the local sectors. They empower the local banking sectors to make sure that whatever loan that they need, these people are able to support them. At the end of the day, the money is still right here.
Yeah, right here in
And
the system.
I don't believe you wouldn't pay with interest. You would pay with interest.
Right.
So they need to make sure that everything is right here.
Right.
And also to the increasing of the cocoa beans.
Yeah, cocoa.
It's a good
Producer
thing.
price.
It's a good thing because from what I know, you buy these cocoa beans from these people at should I say at a lesser price. Maybe our production and product everything would cost, but sometimes just chocolate too. Chocolate very expensive.
Very, very expensive.
And sugar and kwano mudiogum. The cocoa product very little, and the remaining is 90% sugar, and it's being sold at a higher rate. And your mouth to me, then necessarily cocoa into minto. No chocolate. It means very soon chocolate would increase.
No, they've increased the producer price. As in how much they'll be buying from the government. So, as in how much the government will be paying whoever that produces the cocoa.
Same me na me want me cocoa fu, and I buying better one me ho.
Yes.
So the buying is buying it at a higher price.
Yes.
Nina, but it's good. At least cocoa farmers would enjoy their fruit, because always these people complain day in and day out. Cocoa beans near attack, it will be looking at the struggle you need to put into cocoa to make sure that it comes out very well. A bit of hamper almost say you can be akatina at cocoa and so, and at the end of the day, when you are done harvesting, almost half of your crops are spoiled. So I feel it's a good one.
So, in as much as the government has increased the producer price, it's actually an advantage to the farmers as well, because they'll be getting more. And then this will actually curb the issue of smuggling cocoa out of the country to other countries.
So other people still smuggle it.
Why you think the 62.58% is not enough?
Oh, it's enough. But you know, Ghanaians, some
greedy.
people even say, even says 62, no, maybe is it a kekako saying, but even if it's 500 cedis now, a shorty. Oh, that's those
so right now.
and
So right now it's from $3,100 to $5,040 per ton. So that's almost like, if I'm not mistaken, $1,800 difference.
I'm trying to get.
Yeah. So before you do all the cross check, Miss Debbie, what do you make of this, please?
Increase in the price of cocoa.
Yeah,
One of
producer
the
price.
resources that generates vast income or revenue for the country has to do with cocoa. Has to do with cocoa because we generate a lot of revenue from cocoa. Why do I say this? Ghana is the second largest country that exports cocoa out of the country, aside Cote d'Ivoire. So if the people making sure that we get this cocoa, and through cocoa, you and I, we get to take Milo, we get to take chocolate. People who go through the stress to bring these beans of cocoa, and then at the end of the day, they are not being treated well. It's a pity. So with the government increasing it, it was part of his campaign promise. So I feel like it's a fulfillment of his promise. And most of these cocoa farmers are looking forward for this for so long. And with cocoa farmers, there are a lot of privileges they enjoyed, but most of the time it doesn't get to them because they have a mediator, which is the cocoa board. And the cocoa board, I would say most of the things that come from the government, I'm sure it doesn't get to them because there is a scholarship scheme meant for children of these cocoa farmers. But trust me, 50% of them do not even have access to this. When this increment of price was revealed, that was yesterday, I saw a lot of people say it's still now because now the dollar to the CD, stabilized. So you see, first the CD to the dollar is so high. So if the increase once it's kind of more drew, but now that the dollar to the CD has decreased, the money is still not but at least it's good. Someone promised that he has fulfilled it, and I'm sure with this going forward they might increase the price as well, because something that generates revenue for the country, there we have to pay more attention to it. That was why, I don't know if you remember, President Mahama said he was going in for 200 acres of land so they can farm cocoa on it.
I didn't get the numbers, so
No, we spoke about that issue here.
But I've forgotten the number.
actual number. Okay, that would be 200 acres of land, I guess, to farm cocoa, because it generates vast interest for the country. So with this increase, it's good. It will make the farmers have this kind of feeling that, well, at least we are being heard. Even though, for me, I feel like, because the cedi to a dollar is not too much like that, but at least it's okay. So if the government is able to do this, then it means that going forward, they can still increase the price. So with this, it's good. It's good. And I just pray and hope that all those loopholes through which we smuggle this cocoa out will be sealed. Because with this, we'll still have people that will smuggle cocoa out of the country. Because trust me, the government has increased those who are buying it illegally from Ghanaians who also increase their price.
Yes.
Because if I'm paying you illegally like 7,000, okay, let's say illegally like first it was 3,100 cedis, and now it's 5,000. So maybe those time I used to pay you like 4,000. Now that the government has increased it and now you are taking like 5,040 per ton, then it means I have to give you somewhere like, if possible, 7,000 or 8,000. Maybe I can find illegal way, but I'm not saying you should pass through the illegal means, but the government should try everything possible and make these people understand that illegally, when it happens like that, it's affecting the country. Because the amount we are supposed to acquire from this cocoa, we are not getting it, because some people are smuggling it out of the country. And those people that buys it from these cocoa farmers illegally, they do it illegally. And the prices is enticing. Who doesn't want profit? So the government should try its possible means and ways and make sure that those holes are sealed. And as times move forward, if it will be possible, they should keep increasing. It makes you feel like, oh boy, Juma. But if not that, you are discouraging these farmers, because a lot goes into this cocoa production.
Yes. And then I think you've also seen on social media where a man was saying that the government is not paying a good price, and then if for that he will give his land to Galamsey for them to come and use for Galamsey.
I saw it.
So at least this one is going to motivate the cocoa farmers not to give their land out to these illegal miners to use for Galamsey. Now the government has increased the producer price, so please don't do that. All right, moving on. Government allocates $110 million to roll out a Jumara program. The Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, George Opare Addo, has announced that the government has secured 110 million Ghana cedis in funding to operationalize the Jumara program this year. Speaking during the government accountability series on Monday, August 4th, he said the allocation made by the Ministry of Finance under the directive of President John Dramani Mahama signals a strong commitment to empowering Ghana's youth through job creation and entrepreneurship. In further demonstration of the government's unwavering support for youth empowerment, an amount of 110 million Ghana cedis has been allocated this year for the nationwide rollout of the Jumara program. This financial backing sends a strong message that we are not merely announcing intentions, we are investing in the future of young people and resetting the country, he stated. The Jumara program, which was officially launched by President John Dramani Mahama on April 28th at the Prempeh Assembly Hall in Kumasi, is a flagship initiative aimed at tackling youth unemployment and fostering innovation. The program seeks to create, mentor, and support at least 10,000 businesses each year, targeting young Ghanaians between the ages of 18 and 35. Beneficiaries will receive tailored support, including entrepreneurship training, access to startup capital, equipment, and business mentorship. Mr. Opare Addo emphasized that the initiative goes beyond job creation, aiming to build sustainable enterprises that will contribute to national development while unlocking the potential of Ghana's youthful population. And that was coming from the Minister The Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, in the person of George Opare Addo, government has allocated 110 million Ghana cedis to roll out the Jumara program. Ms. Debbie, do you think this money alone is enough? Looking at giving capital to startups, mentoring, helping people train, look at the money. Do you think it's fit for the project?
In a way, it's not too much, but it's okay. It's something that the government brought on board,
right.
And you and I know that as it stands now, the country is kind of we are trying to revive or recover from the loss that we've encountered. Economically, you know, there is no money in the country.
Exactly.
And I like the fact that the government is focusing so much on entrepreneurs, and it has to do with money. If you want to do your own business, see, I know all of us sitting here, we have idea, we have a lot of ideas. If you would like to invest into a business, do something, but the shishi no day, you don't get the money. But the government is trying his best with the 110 million. It's not a drew.
Right.
But the best thing the government can do is to partner with private institutions.
Wow.
You know, with the private sectors, most of them, they have money. If an individual can come up with a company and then employ people like 20, employ people like 30, employ people like even 15 or 10, and as a sole person, you are able to pay these people every month. It means you have money. You are even more than what the government is doing. And some of these private institutions, they pay well. It's not only about you wearing a color, doing a color job, like, and then going into the office. Most of them don't take heavy money like that. They just have this tag on them that you are a government worker. But some of these private institutions ensure that they pay their people very well. So if a sole person can pay about 30 people, it means a channel. And most of these private institutions are investing into young entrepreneurs. I've said this some time ago. I have a colleague who she did hospitality at Accra Technical University. After her graduation, she told me she wants to do her own business. Right. And so she's like, she bakes, she do that. And there was this opportunity that you have to apply for. It's a private institution, but in a way they partner with the government. So they will train you. If you want to bake, if you want to do fashion, they train you like 3 months. After the 3 months, they give you a certificate, they graduate you. If you want to work with the government institution, because they've partnered with a government institution, they have links with this government officers and staffs. So when you are done, it's not only about the catering side. They do like journalism too is there. They do all the accounting.
Right. So
they connect you to government institution that's accounting, private institutions or government GBCs for government, right? Yes. So they connect you to those institutions, and then you do your internship there. If you're good enough, they pick you. If you are also into this baking and stuff, and maybe you don't want to work under anybody, you want to be on your own, they give you a cup. As I'm talking about you, and the amount they've given her, now she says she's going for a container.
Wow.
You see, so the government cannot do it alone. When we have NGOs that are mainly for these things. We have people outside the countries. They support a young youth that want to endeavor into entrepreneurial businesses. So with this initiative, it's a good one. Wow. I mean, the government needs to be applauded because he's doing massively well. But with the money, there, yes,
sir.
Because I don't know how like 100,000 people or 120k people have sent their applications. Hey, I know you are several from the a young of I know maybe 1,000 plus, because we have a lot of entrepreneurs in this country. So if we are allocating like 110 million, I don't know. Just saying.
If people should come that they have startup businesses but they don't have capital, and let's say you have about 8,000 people, how are you going to
500 500 auto 1 to 1 to
500 cities. How much did I start with my perfume business? It's okay.
500 is okay to start a
yes,
business.
you can
Okay.
start a business.
All right.
You can.
So with something like that is good, but I've realized one thing too in this country, we are so much good in bringing out initiatives to support the youth, but giving them capital to start is a big problem. I know of a policy initiative that they brought about in Tamale, Northern region, where they push youth into sewing, catering and stuff, but after that, getting the capital is difficult. Once you do, you have it enough. You don't even have the equipment to start. So with this one is good, but I think the best thing for the government to do is to partner with private institutions.
Ms. Gina, what do you have to say with regards to this?
Okay, so I would say, in as much as we are all complaining that the money is
It's not
is not enough, I feel like with every business we start from somewhere. You start little. Even some influencers say they start with low. 100 cedis crown to me started with business.
Don't follow those people.
Nah.
Chada started with 1 plot.
Don't follow those people.
Hajia for real. It's a main chant to now I buy say 100. Hey,
People even started washing plates. You get it.
Now they are restaurant owners.
Yeah, they are even giving free food.
Be there. It is a candidate, but I feel we would start from somewhere before we move to a bigger platform. And also I feel that it's from policy to action. We've known that it has been a policy that the government has always wanted to bring on board, but now that they've invested, I feel that it's a good thing. And also from I think they are promoting job creation than helping job seekers. So if you're a job seeker, and you can still also venture into this initiative, and at the end of the day you'll be a business owner. If you are now come on share with 100 cedis, but share 50 cedis out to me a baby. 50 cedis to me a baby. So Springles 50 cedis. Machine cry say. But aside that, it's a great thing. At least they've shown us that they want to start something. It's not only about the policy, but it's about the action.
It's about the action. All right, moving on to our next news item. Government launches tertiary scholarship scheme for children of cocoa farmers. The government has officially launched a new tertiary scholarship scheme specifically designed for the children of cocoa farmers. This initiative aims to improve access to higher education for students from cocoa growing areas, recognizing the vital role cocoa plays in Ghana's economy and the need to support the families who drive this sector. The scholarship program, a collaborative effort between the Ghana Cocoa Board and the Ministry of Education, is set to provide financial assistance for tuition fees, accommodation, and stipends for eligible students pursuing various tertiary education programs across the country. Finance Minister Dr. Kiselato Forsen said on Monday, August 4th. President John Dramani Mahama has introduced a tertiary education scholarship scheme for children of cocoa farmers. Subsequently, in the 2025-2026 season, the Cocoa Board will develop modalities and implement the Cocoa Tertiary Scholarship Scheme for children of cocoa farmers, who will take effect from the 2025 and 2027 academic years, Dr. Forsen stated. To be eligible for the scholarship, applicants must demonstrate proof of their parents' or guardians' active involvement in cocoa farming, meet specific academic requirements set by Cocoa Board, and gain admission to a recognized tertiary institution. This initiative is a direct response to long-standing advocacy from farmer groups and civil society organizations who have consistently called for greater investment in cocoa-dependent communities. So government has launched, in fact, it's not like it's launching, has launched tertiary scholarship scheme for children of cocoa farmers. And you know, cocoa is the backbone of Ghana. To say, a discover, that's where we get most of our revenue. and then there have been advocacy. They've been advocating that if indeed we are the backbone of the country, of the country's economy, why don't you, sponsor for the tuition fees, accommodation, and some learning allowances of our children, of we the cocoa farmers? It has been there for long. Administrations have come, did not come in, but Muhammad Beye. What do you make of it, Miss Regina? This is exciting, I must say. But
It's
it comes
exciting.
with conditions.
Yeah, I know that we have the cocoa board itself, yes. And when you look at journalism, we have the Ghana Journalist Association.
Exactly.
And if you want to benefit from whatever Ghana Journalist Association is giving or providing, you have to be a registered journalist today. So, ebia, cocoa farmers, no, you might be a cocoa farmer, but this initiative or this scholarship scheme ain't count because you are not, I think you are not a registered member of cocoa board. So, Moka say, cocoa farmers worldwide obi a cocoa back campus in a feature obeko. So I would say it's a good thing, it's a great thing. Obi beka say sika wo ho, cocoa farmers have the money, but looking at cocoa farmers, these people, as you said, they remain you can't say they are the backbone of our economy. Cocoa farming, it's very expensive, sika wom, but at the end of the day, these people are still, excuse me to use, are still living the poor lifestyle. Yes. These people, sorry to say, are so wretched. Ubehu cocoa farm. Hey, yes, first. What say a cocoa crachia?
Hey.
Oh yes, sikeni.
Wow.
Cocoa crachia sikeni. But now, it's not stable. These people are suffering day in and day out. All the time, these people are suffering. So, and even now, you said they've increased their
producer price.
And these people do enjoy you. We should also go and look for land and become cocoa farmers. Hey, because you wouldn't sponsor your child. I'm buying a besha akolana amount. Oh, cocoa crachaba. It's a good thing.
It's a good thing, Miss Debbie.
Well, I think this is for me is no news though, because the scholarship scheme has been there for some time now. I think they are just revising it. For long, children of cocoa farmers are entitled to some opportunities that has to do with scholarship and stuff, but most of these farmers complain that it doesn't get to them. So if the government, for me, I see this to be a revised version of what has already existed. Because first, there is nothing like accommodation and stipend. It's only covering your tuition. But now the government, this current government, is adding accommodation and other stipends as well, or incentives aside your tuition fees that it covers. What I want them to do is that this new should I say this new scheme they are bringing on board, it should be transparent and it should be fair. It should cover all farmers. They should ensure that farmers, cocoa farmers, the children of these farmers are really enjoying this benefit. Because it is very sad to engage yourself in farming with the notion of people having this kind of notion that you're enjoying this kind of benefit, and then you are not enjoying it. It's kind of sad. It's like you putting it much effort and you not getting anything. And as I said, the government does not only get down from its office and then down to the cocoa farmers residents, but they have a mediator, and that mediator is the cocoa board between the government and the farmer. It's the cocoa board. So this initiative that they are bringing on board, if the farmer wants to go and apply, the farmer doesn't go to President Mohammed's office. The farmer will definitely go to cocoa board. And who is the chief executive of cocoa board? Randy Abbey.
Yes.
So we are expecting him to do something. It should be fair and transparent. The farmers should enjoy what they are entitled to. It shouldn't be for people within the cocoa board sector, like in my phone, when you say farmers, those who go through the pain. Have you seen a cocoa farmer, putting or going through the process of bringing out the seed? Have you seen it before?
It's hard.
Papa, the stress they go through. You go and harvest the cocoa. You have to take out the beans. You have to dry it, and a whole lot before you get that seed to produce whatever we the consumers enjoy. So this is a good one. We actually appreciating the government for revising or bringing out another edition of this whole thing. But then, my plea: all children of the cocoa farmers should enjoy it. It's not for members of cocoa board.
And then the cocoa farmers too. If the other person is not your child, it's not your child. Don't go and say that it's your child. Oh, Mrs. Taba.
No, wait. As a cocoa farmer, maybe a cocoa farmer, you don't have a child, but you are who's Taba?
No. But let's assume you have 5 kids. And attach your 5 kids, you go and add your sister's kids.
Some 5
sure
kids
I think
yes.
with the 5 kids covers only 1 or 2. It's not all the 5 kids.
Okay,
no.
Good.
And
this one too shouldn't be protocol based, or they should politicize it because NDC are basing, you know. If you are not, you get it. If you are not an NDC party member or something, you won't benefit from all of this. I think if it happens like that, it's not going to help us as a country. As you said, there should be some form of like transparency in this scheme, and it shouldn't be for the children of wine. Cocoa board. Debbie, where did you get this news from?
Which news?
What you just said. It shouldn't be for the children of cocoa board.
Oh yes,
I've heard rumors like that.
Yes.
Looking
at this recruitment link of a thing, it's supposed to be for everyone, transparent and fair. But link Nibape, the people working in the sector, or one say, oh, I have a colleague, I call your family and friends. So they shouldn't do it that way.
Register with Dean. I get it. I think that's a good initiative from the government right there. But as Ms. Debbie said, there should be transparency. It shouldn't be for the members of those working in the cocoa offices.
The cocoa board.
It should the children of the cocoa farmers should also enjoy, and then it shouldn't be politicized. Protocol. And then if it happens like that, we are good to go. We will all move forward. We shouldn't be selfish and then greedy. We are not Anansi. At a point, can Anansi even change? Don't do that. All right. This is where we draw the curtains for the news headline review. Up next, we have Debbie's Grill.
Good morning and thank you for joining me on Davis Grill, where we talk about issues that concern the state, void of politics, fear or favor. Ghana's former ambassador to the United Kingdom, Victor Smith, has defended the country's decision to abstain from a recent vote at the United Nations Human Rights Council concerning LGBTQ plus right, amid growing criticism from the political opposition and civil society groups. The government's abstention has sparked debate with the minority in parliament and several civil society organizations condemning the move as a failure to uphold human rights and a lack of commitment to the global consensus. So Mr. Kelvin maintained that Ghana's decision reflects its sovereignty right to determine its own cultural and moral path. So, anti-LGBTQ plus I. It's sad we are still talking about this particular issue. And you know, every country you go into, they have their rules, they have their culture, they have their norms. They even have taboos, they have things they don't do. And so as a Ghanaian, if I'm going to tour a country and I get there, Even there is a saying that when you go to Rome, you do as they do. If you get there and there are certain things that they prohibit, you don't do it. Because when you do it, the law will go against you. But when you come to my country, it's different. Now, this LGBTQ plus I, there is a bill about this whole thing that have been submitted into Parliament. And I can't remember this current Minister for Communication, Samnati George, was the lead of the bill. It goes to a time they even protested that the bill needs to be passed. Just because in other countries, a man can marry a man, a woman can marry a woman, doesn't mean that we can also practice it here in Ghana. And that is why, you see, there is something unique about the late president, Professor Mills. He's not being named as a peacemaker just because he fit to. No. There are certain qualities he exhibited that got him or earned him that title. This man was able to declare his stand. We are not going to condone LGBTQ in the country. He made it clear. He gave it to them that Ghana is not going to accept LGBTQ. How can you wake up as a normal human being sitting here and then I'll come to Esenam or Regina and tell her that I love you, I want to marry you? Does it make sense? You want to marry your fellow woman. So are we trying to say that God is not wise enough? Or are we saying that God does not think properly? And so that is why he created man and a woman. He knows what he's doing. And then you arriving on earth, you feel like, no, I was supposed to be a man. I don't even know the reason why God created me as a woman. I'm supposed to be a woman. I don't know the reason why God created me as a man. And since I'm a woman, then the only person I have interest in is my fellow woman. And after Professor Mills declared his stance on LGBTQ, after that, I've not seen any of our leaders declaring their stand. Former President Akufo-Addo did not declare his stand. He didn't. Now is the turn of the current administration. They are also beating around the bush. Today is this, tomorrow is that. They are not giving us a clear stance. And you see, I don't blame them too much because we are not independent. We are dependent. And the people we are depending to, they are dictating for us. And so what they tell us is what we do. Now we are afraid that if we should declare our stance on we should declare our stance on anti-LGBTQ, it means the incentives, the benefits we enjoy from these countries, we are not going to get it anymore. And so Ghana has now become a television. And they are remoting us. They are ordering our steps. They tell us where to go and we go, where to sit and we sit, what to eat and we eat, even what to wear and we wear. We can't decide for ourselves. And you see, the main reason why I personally want this bill to be passed, I don't care whether you are old and you want to indulge in that. That is your own problem. But my main focus why I want this LGBTQ bill to be passed is for the sake of innocent children. Children who have no idea of this whole thing called LGBTQ. And they have to go through that. I've seen stories where a coach forced a young boy at the age of 9 years have his way through him. Out of pain, this young boy passed away. If this bill should be passed, that coach will be held responsible because you've destroyed the life of a young boy. If you feel like it is men you want to indulge in, Why won't you go for your fellow man that is old enough as your age mate? Why will you go in for a small boy? Who knows, maybe that boy might even become a future president. You've destroyed his life. These things are going on in schools, so single sex schools, go and see. Girls' schools, boys' school, go and see what is happening there. Things are really happening. Some of the teachers are involved. And they are messing the life of students. They are messing them up. By the time you finish with senior high school, you become professional. And because you don't want to do it alone, you want to also impact. You are impacting, negatively impacting and destroying lives of people. If we have this bill passed and these people are found guilty, they will face the law. And because we didn't pass the bill, and we ourselves, we are not even serious about this LGBTQ plus issue. That is why we will have people, foreigners coming into the country, standing at the black square and then kissing. Because it's normal. They can only do that if they find out that these people they are even on serious. Up to now, have we done anything to them? No. We didn't. LGBTQ is something we are supposed to take very seriously. Me, I'm advocating for this because those small boys that they are destroying their lives, it's paining me. It's hurting. A young boy at the age of 8 years. Imagine your small boy at the age of 8 or a small girl at the age of 9 years being abused. Sometimes I sit down and I think, like, how will a normal human being do that? Your fellow man, and not our pair. A fellow man, that is who you like. That is, I know some countries they've endorsed that. That is fine. But Ghana, no. Our culture does not allow that. I know we have people in this country that are doing that, but they are doing it back doors. And because they know that there is no bill, our leaders themselves, they are not even serious about this LGBTQ plus issue, so they can do anything they want. But if you should pass this bill, and you even hint of someone doing that, the person is being arrested, the person is being jailed. Like the coach who took this young boy, have affair with a young boy at the age of 9 years. If this coach should be arrested, should be jailed with hard labor, when he is being released, I'm not sure he will indulge in that. But when we play about this whole issue, today we'll go to parliament, and the person who was so serious about this issue, now he's asleep. Mr. Samnate George, why? You are sleeping, oh. You are so serious about this. And you had the backing of people. Every now and then you are in parliament. Every now and then on your social media handles, you are preaching about this. Now we don't even hear of you again. What is happening? We want the bill to be passed so that we can bring an end to this, for the sake of our children, for the sake of the young generations that are coming up. And for those who are grown, like the elderly people, they know what is right, so they know what they are doing. They should continue messing up their lives. But with the young people coming up, they are my concern. You cannot destroy the life of someone's son. Now the person is dead, the coach is nowhere to be found. And we feel that is normal. If we don't rise and do something, it will reach your home. Someone will also do it to your son. You feel like maybe you are a minister, you are this, you are that, a member of parliament, and so nothing. Someone will also do it to your son. If not for your son, your family, one of your family member, then you feel, you understand how painful it is to go through that. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you so much for making time for us, Miss Debbie. Today in history with Miss Regina Bless. What do you have for us today?
Today in history, Nelson Mandela was arrested in 1962 for inciting workers to strike. South African anti-apartheid activist Nelson Mandela was arrested on charges of leaving the country without a valid passport and inciting workers to strike. It was the beginning of a 27 years of imprisonment. Independence declared by Upper Volta. Upper Volta, now Burkina Faso, declared its independence from France on August 5, 1960. The country's first president was Maurice, who led the Volta Democratic Union African Democratic Rally. In 2010, a mine collapsed in the Atacama Desert of Chile, which trapped 33 miners for 69 days. Culminating in a dramatic and internationally televised rescue. The incident at the San Jorge mine garnered global attention as rescue efforts unfolded, showcasing international cooperation and ingenuity. The miners were eventually rescued using a specially designed capsule. 1981. PATCO, representing air traffic controllers, went on strike demanding a $10,000 annual raise and a reduced work week. 1981, President Ronald Reagan fired 11,345 striking air traffic controllers who had ignored his order to return to work. This action followed the refusal of the Professional Air Traffic Controllers Organization, PATCO, to end their strike, which was initiated due to disagreements over wages and working conditions. The Reagan administration also banned the fired controllers from federal service for life. Limited Test Ban Treaty, officially known as the Treaty Banning Nuclear Weapon Tests in the Atmosphere, in outer space and underwater, was signed in Moscow on August 5, 1963, by the United States, the Soviet Union, and the United Kingdom. This treaty prohibited nuclear weapon tests in those specific environments to mitigate radioactive fallout and halt the proliferation of nuclear weapons. To some few observances, International Traffic Light Day, a day that recognizes the importance of traffic lights and commemorates the first installation of a traffic signal system. The day raises awareness about road safety and the significance of adhering to traffic rules. Moving on, National Work Like a Dog Day. It is a day to recognize and appreciate the hard work of both people and dogs, especially those who dedicate themselves to demanding tasks. The day encourages people to push themselves to meet challenges and work to their maximum ability, similar to the dedication often seen in working dogs. So simply, they said work like a dog because dogs are very dedicated to their works. So work like a dog. Lastly, National Underwear Day. It is a day to embrace and celebrate underwear, with focus on body positivity and confidence. The day is to encourage people to feel good about their underwear and their bodies. So with the kind of underwear you are wearing, no matter what, feel good in it. And that's all for today on Today in History and some observances of the day, live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Let me clear my truth. World Underwear Day. National. And what? Work like a dog.
Yeah.
Now the dogs, how do they work?
You see, dogs are dedicated, especially the assistant dogs. I don't know if you know of assistant dogs.
No.
Oh, they are the dogs. Ghana had they been shed in here, but in Bofufu, no. Yeah, they assist them, especially those who
the police,
and those who are medically not stable. A due time, a crime wound bro. They've trained the dog to a point. If they are seeing signs, they can help you.
But underwear need to find home.
Hey, fire home. A bit more panda wear shit.
And I think with the underwear issue, you know, sometimes when you wear it, it makes you feel a bit okay.
Yeah.
Than the way no one.
Yeah.
It makes you feel okay.
Now we all that tough for ma.
Hey.
Yeah. You know, sometimes there are some dresses we wear too. Obe one from
yeah.
Oko can say. How are you going to say it? So the underwear there is very important that we should wear it. But so today that is World Underwear Day. What should we be doing? Then we should wear more underwear because I'm wearing one already. I should go and wear more.
No.
It's the day.
It's the day. I remember I saw a meme on social media, and the person was like, one thing he fears in this world is the day that he will collapse, and he's not wearing anything.
Hey, yeah, collapsing and dying.
And then I'm
thinking about you.
Yeah.
You know when you collapse, you get to the hospital, they have to undress you.
Yeah.
Hey.
So
Now
just
it's
imagine. And I said, well, box and a twatty, and
Hey.
There is this female friend of mine. She wore a jeans and she came for service. And when she was going, I said, like what's happened to you the other day, no? Yes, and she was not wearing. I guess it. So what? I said, hey, then go for
Yeah, today is World Underwear Day, so wear underwear, okay? All right. This is where we draw the curtains for the first segment of the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Right after this, we'll be going in for the news. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide, I'm Mr. Level Bam. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our GhanaTalks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. My 20 things about Kwasem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say it. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Konya, or you singer, and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go be spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our GhanaTalks Radio and you say in our day. Me say download the GhanaTalks Radio app on our Play Store and the App Store. Not tune in and say this is what I say about life on Facebook, Cointakra, any GhanaTalks Radio page in this. So now listen, about your fire. 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajan.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Good morning and welcome to the morning news broadcast on GhanaTalks Radio. Coming up, Health Ministry to roll out 1,000 dialysis machines nationwide. Office of the Special Prosecutor sounds alarm on extreme security threat. Government hikes cocoa prices by 62.58%. A Jumawura program flooded with 120,000 applications. There is a many more coming up shortly. Do stay with us. Minister for Health Kwabena Mintah Kando has announced that over 1,000 dialysis machines are set to be distributed nationwide within the next 2 months. This move aims to drastically improve access to dialysis cares in undeserved regions. According to him, a memorandum of understanding has been signed with suppliers to facilitate distribution.
Let them tell you, in the next maximum 2 to 3 months, I can tell you that dialysis machines will be one of the most commonest machines we have in this country.
Dialysis machines,
yes,
the same thing that took
yes, I'm telling you, we are working on it. As I speak to you now, I have more than 7 proposals on my desk we are working on. And we are going to do the regional distribution. So it's something we are tackling seriously. I mean, within the next maximum 3 months, we'll finish, we'll have the MOU, we'll start the distribution, and people will begin to
I hope this is not political talk.
Oh, no. I mean, we started working on this not today. Before I am talking about it on air like this, I know where we are at the moment. We've received, people are ready.
So estimated machines, how many are we looking at?
Well, at the moment, we are looking at about all put together. We are looking at more than almost 1,000 machines.
1,000?
Yes. We have about 7 proposals. You understand? And so very soon I will invite you and you'll see what we are doing.
Okay.
We have written to all the health facilities, especially in the northern part of the country, to give us where we can have spaces to begin to install them. We are working on the MOU with these partners and very soon, and we will even publish it in the media. Who is interested and wants to come on board is welcome.
The Special Prosecutor Kisie Jaben has revealed that the Office of the Special Prosecutor is facing ultra-high security risk. He emphasized on his personal safety and that of his operational officers under constant threat due to their fight against corruption. To address security concern, the OSP calls for a robust safety measures.
The main resources that will keep us going is very crucial, especially in terms of our operations. See, especially in terms of specialized vehicles, especially in terms of the indices of the office, how we move about. Because on a daily basis, you know that this office has one of the highest security risks in terms of its personnel. I don't want to single myself out. All of us.
Everybody.
And now especially my operational directors. How do we secure them? How do we secure the staff? How do we ensure the integrity of operations? Would you expect staff of the Office of the Special Prosecutor to be in a small Uber coming to serve processes or coming to do investigations? Even the police that have received, the police and the army that have received martial training and when they go on the field, they are fully fitted with all necessary materials that are required to secure their protection and to ensure that the job is well done. How much more civilians in the Office of the Special Prosecutor who haven't necessarily received such training and are supposed to go into premises, people's homes to carry out searches, offices to carry out searches, storming this premise or the other with court orders to enforce orders, they are left ajar. We do not want to set a committee of inquiry one day to ask ourselves, how is it that staff from the office of the special prosecutor met a certain kind of disaster? May it never be said of us. But you would still see that all that I'm talking about comes down to what? Money.
Government has announced a 62.58% increase in cocoa producer price for 2025-2026 season. The price has surged for 3,100 cedis to 5,040 per ton. This move is a fulfillment of President Mahama's campaign promises to ensure cocoa farmers receive at least 70% of the free on-board value set at 7,200.
Ghana is pleased to announce an increase in the producer price of cocoa from $3,100 per ton to $5,040 per ton. It is instructive to note that the government has, by this decision, increased the producer price significantly by 62.58% in US dollar terms. This increase in the producer price represents 70% of the gross free on board value of $7,200 per ton, and aligns with the NDC's manifesto and President Mahama's promise to pay the cocoa farmer 70% of the FOB price. It is significant to note that for the 2024 and 2025 crop season, the previous administration set an FOB value of 4,850 per ton of cocoa and the producer price at $3,100 per ton, representing 63.9% of the FOB price, even though the world market price at the time was much better than today. At an average exchange rate of 10.25 to the US dollar for the 2025-2026 crop season, the government is also pleased to announce an increase in the producer price of cocoa from 49,600 Ghana cedis per ton to 51,660 per ton. This further translates to an amount of 3,228 Ghana cedis and 75 pesos per bag of 64 kilogram gross weight of cocoa. Government further announces that this new price takes effect from Thursday, 7th August 2025.
Margin I admire no, so any nti yebeko won mo ho na yakọ kire on be ye bon ye ne wo mu na te ho e na wo mu kan nyina kire nti aso ani ma.
Government Ejumawura program is making a huge wave with over 120,000 applications received. This flagship initiative launched by President Mahama on 28th April aims to create 10,000 jobs. The Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, George Opariados, revealed government has secured 110 million to fully operationalize the program. This funding is to support business development training and market access facilitation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to report that the program received over 8,000 applications in the first week alone. To date, we have received more than 120,000 applications through both the online and manual submission channels, all of which are under review. We recognize that the future of this country depends on the empowerment, education, and inclusion of our youth in national development. As a ministry, our duty extends beyond merely supporting young people. We must provide them with the essential tools, skills, and opportunities required for their growth. The National Apprenticeship Program. Ladies and gentlemen, in a strategic effort to address unemployment and enhance skills development, the National Apprenticeship Program was inaugurated on April 30th, 2025 at the main conference hall of the University for Development Studies in Tamale. The NAP aims to promote self-employment by offering young Ghanaians free technical and vocational training. Successful apprentices will receive certification startup capital, and the equipment necessary to establish their businesses. For the first time in the history of this country, apprentices will receive a monthly stipend to support them whilst undergoing training.
In business, the State Housing Company is set to partner with both local and international construction firms to fast-track the completion of stalled affordable housing projects across the country. Under this renewed strategy, the selected firms will pre-finance the project, a move expected to boost efficiency and revive development abandoned by previous administrations. Speaking at the commissioning of Seasons Court, a newly completed apartment complex featuring 2 and 3 bedroom units in Adenta, Managing Director John Bauer reaffirmed the government's commitment to delivering housing projects that have suffered long delays. The strategy is to bring in major contracting companies, local and international, who have the financial muscle. One of the biggest strengths State Housing has is our brand equity and consumer trust. And so once the building starts going up, as you heard, the business development manager says this building is already sold out, and yet we are just commissioning. So our offtake is our security for contractors and private sector partners. The contractor that is coming on board for Pokwase is coming with the financing to build the unit, he noted. Mr. Bauer further assured prospective homeowners that all land secured by the company for its project are litigation-free, ensuring a smooth acquisition process. Still on business, the Electricity Company of Ghana has announced both scheduled and emergency maintenance works across several regions from Monday, August 4th to today, August 5th, as part of effort to improve power supply reliability. Planned maintenance will affect residents in Medina Estate, West Legon, Hacho, and the Legon bypass on Monday, August 4th from 9 o'clock a.m. to 5 p.m. ECG says the exercise is critical for improving service quality and has apologized for the inconvenience. Today, August 5th, areas including Committee 17, Bachona, HFC State, Jericho Taxi Rank, Roman Down, Ajay Kojo, Kanewu Queen Court School, and the bridge and surrounding communities will experience power interruptions from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Both scheduled and emergency works are planned today, August 5th, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. In Kranza, Bekwamin, Sabin and Crawford, among others, will also experience a separate exercise from 9 a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. Santase Fanchenebra will also experience same with emergency maintenance work also to be conducted from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then Tano Domase, Drataya, and Toso will also face same fatalities. 2 separate maintenance exercises are to be planned today in the Volta region. ECG will carry out works from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. affecting Tanyigbe, the 66th Artillery Training Center, and surrounding areas. The Ghana Grid Company will also undertake work at the Sogakope box supply point, causing outages from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Sogakope, Akachi, Adidome, Agopo, Dabala, Abo, Manfi, Avedo, and Penu. ECG has urged affected customers to operate during the exercise, assuring the public that these essential maintenance works are aimed at delivering a more stable and efficient power supply. And that's how we wrap up for now on the morning news broadcast. I will be back with subsequent news bulletin later in the afternoon. I am Deborah Dosso. Do have a good morning.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide, I'm level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. My 20 things about Kwasem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say no artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Konya, or you singer, and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go be spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio and yes say in our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app no our Play Store and the App Store. Na tune in yes say this what I say baba live on Facebook, go Instagram, any Ghana Talks Radio page and so now listen. Ebe your fire. 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajan.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials. From Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1. Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
Good morning, lovely viewers. Once again, you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. And I've not taken breakfast. I'm waiting for my breakfast. Yes, it's a Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Ubedi gope and now watch it. But I'm not probably saying I wear the Coco Bang, Unyaw, Dokuno, Ene Sesel, and Ameboa, Monko B. Oh my God. With the Jane on it. Breakfast. I'm describing your breakfast for you. And you see the way the weather is weathering. Unyaw watch it beer. And over spoon deal. What they want sa
fufu.
SPOON. Spoon. And now baby.
Oh, fufu.
Fufu.
Light soup.
We are describing. It's a breakfast show, right?
Yeah.
Or if you get
this is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation.
Oh, you see the gobe with rice combination.
Mama food inspo. All right, you're welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. Yes, so I'm seated in the chair is my beautiful and knowledgeable panelists, Miss Debbie Adoso and Miss Regina Bless. We'll be discussing some 1 or 2 issues before the main discussion comes in place. So please listen, share your comments on our social media platform. On Facebook, it's at Ghana Talks Radio. On YouTube, at Ghana Talks Radio. X on Ghana Talks Radio. All our social media platform is at Ghana Talks Radio. Join in the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Let's make it interactive and share your opinion and informed perspective on some issues we'll be discussing right here on the morning show. All right. So initially, during the news headline review, I read that government is still maintaining the syndicated loan for 2025-2026 cocoa season. But there's been a clarification from Gold Board. They have come out to clarify it. So let me make it known to you. So Gold Board clarifies no syndicated loan for 2025-2026 cocoa season. The Ghana Cocoa Board has clarified that it will not seek syndicated loans to finance cocoa purchases for the 2025-2026 crop season, citing ongoing global cocoa shortages. Wow. In an interview on Eyewitness News on Monday, August 4th, the head of public affairs at Cocoa Board, Jerome Kweku Sam, stated categorically that the board did not secure a syndicated loan for the 2024-2025 season and has no plans to do this year either. So initially, that was 2024 and 2025 season. They didn't take any syndicated loan and they are not even planning to do that this year as well. Anyways, in his words, he explained, "We are not doing syndication. To be honest, last year 2024, we didn't do syndication, and this year 2025, we are not doing syndication. What has necessitated us not to do syndication is that we are experiencing a global shortage of the cocoa bean." Global shortage. That's alarming. He added that avoiding syndicated loans is also a cost-saving measure in light of current market dynamics. We are not doing syndication, whereby we are going to incur additional expenses and what have you. This is out of the system or table for now, he stressed. His comments come on the heels of an announcement by the Finance Minister, Dr. Kiselato Forson, regarding the new producer price for cocoa. At a press briefing on August 4th, the minister acknowledged concerns about the sustainability of Ghana's long-standing syndicated loan model, but noted that the current financing structure would be retained for now. For decades, Ghana has relied on syndicated loans from international institutions to pre-finance cocoa purchases at the start of each season, a practice that has helped ensure timely payment to cocoa farmers and support production levels. However, the current shift signals a possible rethinking of that approach amid tightening global supply conditions. And that was the clarification coming up from the Cocoa Board and the Public Affairs Public Affairs Minister, the head of Public Affairs at Cocoa Board, in a person of Jerome Sam Kweku. Yeah, so that's what he's saying. Miss Eugenia,
yeah,
tell me something.
It's a good thing.
They say now the syndicated no.
I'm not watching. Enyo book. More is good. 2024 they didn't go for it. So this would be the second year they would be self-financing everything by themselves, and I think it's a great call because you made mention of global cocoa shortage or something of that sort, and you were like, hey, this is alarming. I feel the main reason why this happens is when people smuggle the cocoa out of the country.
That's why there's a shortage.
Exactly.
Oh, I see.
So just imagine every year they are expecting 50,000 bags of cocoa from farmers, and at the end of the day, let's say half of these farmers smuggle the cocoa out. How would you get the 50,000 you're expecting? You wouldn't get it.
Right.
So I feel that it's a great move they've taken. Sometimes you take certain harsh measures, but at the end of the day, it would be of benefit to you and it would be of benefit to the country. And then say borrow sika. It's a sweet feeling. It's a good thing. But at the end of the day, you are doing yourself more harm than good.
Right.
And looking at interest rates day in and day out will go up, especially considering the fact that you are not taking the money within your jurisdiction. Out of your borders, international banks for that matter, they would put interest rates high on it. Whether you have it, whether you don't have it, at the end of the day, the Omuhiani say you come to settle your debts. So I think it's a great move from Cocoa Board to make sure that they would finance everything themselves. With the little money they have, they need to finance it themselves. Even if they don't have the capabilities or the strength to finance it, that is where we have our local agricultural banking sectors. You can go in for any loan. We even have the big banks right here in Ghana. You can go in for it. At the end of the day, the interest rate is not as high as the one you go out of your country to take. So I think they need to be applauded on this, because as I said, sometimes you take certain decisions, it is harsh, but at the end of the day, it will benefit you and it will benefit the country as a whole. Yeah.
Miss Debbie, what do you have to say with regards to this?
Okay, so with the syndicated loan, I feel this was the main reason why they were not able to meet the requirements of some farmers, because they have debt they are supposed to pay, and then they also have people they are supposed to look at their well-being. They are supposed to meet their needs, because you work hand in hand with these people. And so we funding for our own money and not going in for money, like not going in for a loan. It's good, because going in for a loan comes with conditions. You're not only coming to borrow from me, but I'm going to give you terms and conditions, especially if you are not able to pay within the time frame you are supposed to pay. Then I can tell you whatever you do, and you do that. And I now understand the main reason why, as I said, they were not able to meet the requirements of these people. And I've also researched something very, very small here. So when we avoid the syndicated loan, it can maintain more control over loan terms and conditions. That is what I just mentioned right now. So you are not being compelled to do something that you don't even feel at ease to do. There are lots. Cocoa Board, I'm sure Cocoa Board was not just created because we want it to be there, but it has all its own functions. It has its own rules. So you having an institution that is not functioning properly, then it means what is its use? It has to be collapsed. But when we take all these things into consideration, they can function within their mandate. There is nothing they are supposed to pay more attention to again. If you don't have loans and you are being paid your salary, you have a lot of things you can pay attention to. But when you have a lot of things to pay before the money even drops in the wallet,
the money is finished.
You get it. So it's good. And then
it's fine.
Syndicated loans reduce administrative complexity. So it avoid that means like so avoiding them means less paperwork and coordination with multiple lenders. We know that syndicated loan is not like one person. It's a group of lenders coming together and then borrowing you money. So all these people comes with their terms, they comes with their condition you are supposed to comply with. It's not about one person. So avoiding syndicated loan also avoid some frustration and a whole lot. It makes you at ease and then you function. We will know that office now and now so it also helps borrowers avoid additional fees associated with arranging and managing these loans. So borrowers can negotiate long-term directly with a single lender, allowing more customization to fit their specific needs. Then privacy. Avoiding syndicated loan also helps borrowers maintain greater privacy, and that is good. It's got to a time a lot of people got to know some hitches in Cocoa Board. Things that are meant to be between only workers alone are now exposed out. Why? Because when you are coming to borrow from me, you have to tell me these are the challenges I'm facing. These are my main reason or my motive behind my coming to you this morning for you to give me or lend me money. So you end up disclosing something that is meant to be hidden. And then all ended there. If you don't pay me the money at the right time, definitely I'm going to expose you. These are the reason why you came for the money.
Not even expose you. Add more interest.
You get
and
it.
You pay, and it's still going against the government.
Yeah, so cancelling it is good.
They said they are not going for it again. They're not going for it.
It shouldn't be a 9-day one. They better bet say cancel, but and call yes, so we have to go back. No.
As they said, the economy is in shambles, but you know they are still doing their best. So for the loan, they say they are not going in for it, and they've increased the producer price for cocoa farmers as well. So that is a good one. But you know, this one are people. This is the minority people. In as much as the government is doing their best to push harder to make sure that all sectors are comfortable, you know, they all bring in their critics. And we say critics are actually good. It helps you stand on your feet. It makes you watch your back to see if you are doing the right thing or not. And this is coming from Kojo Oponkroma. He said government has scammed cocoa farmers with new producer pricing. That is what he's saying. Let me give you the details of the story. The ranking member of Parliament's Economic Committee and MP for Ayuribi, Kojo Opon Nkrumah, has accused the government of short-changing cocoa farmers despite recent announcements of a major increase in the producer price of cocoa. His comments come in the wake of government's decision to raise the producer price of cocoa from $3,100 to $5,040 per ton for the 2025-2026 season, a 62.58% jump in dollar terms. The new price, approved by the Producer Price Review Committee, chaired by Finance Minister Dr. Kisela Forson, takes effect from Thursday, August 7th. It is instructive to note that the government has, by this decision, increased the producer price significantly by 62.58% in US dollars terms, Dr. Forson stated. However, speaking on Eyewitness News on Monday, August 4th, Mr. Opon Nkrumah criticized the increase as deceptive, arguing that the real impact on farmers is minimal. He explained that the actual increase in the price of a bag of cocoa in cedis terms is just 128 Ghana